start.
Now, today we are proud to say that we have with us Dr. Nikhil Mehta, Rank-7 AIIMS, November 2016. And the entire DAMS team is proud of his achievement. He has been a 4-year DAMS student. He has joined us in his second prof. He started with pre-foundation course, then he went on to foundation and test and discussion. So we are very proud of his achievement. And today we are going live on Facebook media so that we can discuss and tell you directly from his own mouth that what he did right in this AIIMS exam. To begin with and to set the mood rolling, I want the listeners to know that this AIIMS exam was a very unique exam with focus on a lot of contemporary medicine issues like emergency medicine, which is very important for AIIMS. Now, like integrated questions where they have a question on pathology image and slide, like they had a question on cryptogol meningitis where they showed the cross specimen and the slide. The idea in AIIMS exam is now that it is no longer the exam that you see in your classical guidebooks. It is more integrated, it is more about knowing what to do as a doctor when an emergency comes to you.
And now, a very comprehensive exam as well. So you read the theory and you have to learn the application because eventually you're all going to become clinicians, right?
Now I ask Nikhil to give his comments and how is he feeling right now?
Extremely happy. Awesome.
Just happy or very happy?
He said extremely happy.
Very happy. So Nikhil, I want to know what would you attribute your success to? Why do you think this rank 7 came? Rank 7 is a big rank. So how this happened?
So whose persistence, perseverance is
He says persistence was his key thing that he did.
Yes, I think he's quite right because he started very early and he's been a real hard worker to get here where he has achieved what he has achieved today, right? And he was on his way for the PGI exam and the results came in and he's come back, right? So he doesn't need to give it any longer.
So starting early was the key thing, starting early. And I also want him to answer that how many questions do you think you got right in this AIIMS exam?
No, first, how many did you attempt?
How many did you attempt?
I attempted 195.
Wow,
so he attempted 195 and we've been repeatedly telling
yes.
people that once you're preparing for an exam, a competitive exam like AIIMS, so out of 200, most of the good rankers would attempt 185 plus. So that is, so how many do you think, what do you think, did you go back and calculate, how many did you get right?
150.
150 he says he got right. Okay, and what were your strength subjects while you were preparing?
The majors, medicine and surgery.
So what was the what was the weightage of medicine, surgery, obs-gynae in this AIIMS exam?
I guess this time minors were the clinical minors were less. As in the first and second prof subjects were as usual more. I think physio was a bit more. I think 15 to 20 questions were just pure physiology. But majors, medicine and surgery, I think there are 25 questions purely medicine and cannot categorize the questions into subjects as they were integrated questions.
Yes, they were.
That's a very key thing that he's saying, that you cannot categorize the AIIMS question by because there many were integrated in their approach.
So no, like they gave you a picture of the ovarian tumor, but then which was you could say it is pathology because there was a gross specimen on it. But at the same time, they gave you some tumor markers, they gave you something, evidence like solid structure, the age group, right? They give you those hints. So he's very right, it was an integrated paper and that's how we have to, study as well. We need to integrate whatever subjects we study together for these exams.
Now, I'll ask you a very direct question. What contribution did DAMS make in your rank?
A lot. I was a beginner student, the foundation course, so a lot.
Which teachers in particularly influenced
and you don't have to be biased, you can absolutely say your mind.
Straightforward and tell us which teachers influenced you the most.
You, ma'am, Arvind sir and Rajiv sir.
Arvind sir, Rajiv, medicine surgery. So what subject do you want to specialize in?
Medicine.
Medicine, okay. And why may I ask, why medicine?
You always in medicine for start. It's actually my image of a doctor was there are two kinds of doctor, one is a medicine guy and one is a surgeon guy.
So you are a non-surgeon kind?
Surgery is also fine. If I would have got surgery, I would have taken.
But I am sure at this rank you will get whatever you want to take. I'm sure you will get medicine at this rank, I'm sure.
And we do need some very good physicians, right? We all need some very good physicians for us.
So any message that you want to give to students, I would want you to bifurcate your message into two parts. One is for the students who are second, third year and right now aspiring to be at your place in future, and one who are going to appear for exams tomorrow or in this NEET exam. What do you want to advise your juniors and your contemporary colleagues?
For juniors, obviously start early. Start earliest as early as possible, because persistence is the key.
So do you think second year is the right time to start preparing?
Definitely.
You joined DAMS in pre-foundation at the second prof level.
Yes.
Okay. And what about people who are appearing for NEET in a month? Or any message for them? What do you think what do you think is needed for them?
Actually, revision.
Revision.
Okay.
How many revisions did you make before your exam?
5, 6 times.
He says 5, 6 times he revised before the exam.
Alright,
So that is the value of revision.
I
You
want to
have
ask him one thing which, when the students would love to ask you. When you say revision, is it like verbatim revision, or how do you plan your revisions? Or there are some selected topics that you want to revise? Because, once we say revision, you get better question, ma'am, what to revise? I think this is more of a thing that the student has to answer for themselves, because for everybody, revision is going to be different. So what is your idea of revision?
Actually, I just mark. I cannot trust the guidebooks right now, so I mark specific.
So most of the guidebooks are so on the older pattern. Do you think that AIIMS exam in the last 1 year or so has evolved from what the older guidebooks are saying?
After, I think the guidebooks are obsolete now. They are based on the pattern which was being followed 1 or 2 years earlier. Right now, like your DVD session is extremely useful, so I think most of the guidebooks don't incorporate images. They're just plain black and white.
Yeah.
There are some new guidebooks in the market.
How many images were there in the same system? How many?
Approximately 60.
60. So out of 260 were visual questions, and they make a lot of difference in your final preparation. And while the by classic I mean the older guidebooks that you have collected, I'm sure many of you would agree today that if you have bought older guidebooks, you can actually throw them. They are not useful for the AIIMS exam. AIIMS exam is now more of a textbook and a practical oriented thing as well. So do you think that being a good student in your college also helps?
Yes, definitely.
It does.
Practical comes from.
Yeah. Were you a good student in your college?
I like to think so, yes.
Yeah.
He
I'm
was
sure
a good
he
student
was,
in his
yeah.
college as well. So my message to all the listeners is that sometimes I feel some students, especially in peripheries, they feel that if I ignore college, I will get a very good rank. It is not like this. So please focus on your college as well. Focus on concept building. Start early. Now, the earlier we used to say in DAMS that okay, third minor was the most common point where people joined coaching, but now I feel it is the second prof where you should start preparing.
And people would say that's very exhaustive, but I think if you start early, you're much more planned and you break your studies into years, and the eventual effort actually doesn't build on you. Am I right on that?
Definitely.
And I would want you to say a motivational line for the people and the audience listening. Anything that you want to say, and be louder and tell them, motivate them. I want that by the end of this interview, they should feel motivated and they want to do. They should be fired up.
I just like to advise them, just persevere. You'll get by.
So he says again and again a very small word, but actually the implication of the word is very big. Perseverance. You have to be persistent, be consistent, keep working towards it, and you will reach where you are destined to reach. On behalf of the entire DAMS team, we congratulate him and we are very proud of his achievement.
Dr. Nikhil, I think you deserve all the credits for your hard work. You've done a lot of hard work, and I think that's the message as well. If you also do the hard work, you can be there as well, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So you all have it in you. You just need to push yourself. Keep working. Stay focused. I think I will say that he is a very, very focused student. He's been on track. I'm sure he would have a lot of distractions as well, but once you know how to stay focused, you can absolutely achieve whatever you want to.
So are you going to give the PGI exam tomorrow?
No, he's not.
So he is not giving the PGI exam. At least you
So
can
one
have
seat
it.
is
One seat
spared, guys.
and you have any hobbies that you want to share with the audience?
Just reading a lot and roaming outside. That's all.
Okay.
Reading medical books.
Definitely.
Harrison's.
Definitely.
So
that's his
Harrison's
hobby.
is his hobby as well. He loves medicine for sure. With this, we all wish him all the best for his future career, and I'm sure he will shine in his future, and I'm sure he would be one of the better physicians in India in future.
And last but not the least, Dr. Nikhil is going to be there on the club to help you guys as well. Will you do that to your juniors? Yes, he's going to be there and he's going to contribute his little bit. Once he's through with his happiness and celebrations, we'll give him that much time and he'll be back with us, right?
Thank you very much.
Thank you so
and
much,
congratulations,
Nikhil.
and I'm sure you have made teachers and your parents proud. Thank you.
Thank you.